Tonight we're standing for Houston by shining a light on an organization that fights sex trafficking.
It is called Elijah Rising, and now they have a property where they offer housing to survivors. Here's Ron Trevino with more. Hey, Ron.
Len and Mia, these survivors have been through unspeakable trauma, forced into the sex trade. Many of them are just minors. They get rescued one way or another, but then what? We're taking you to a place called Kendleton Farms in Fort Bend County. The folks behind Kendleton Farms are helping to transform what was once a rundown piece of property
So this will be our next thing.
into a home for survivors of sex trafficking.
So a lot of trauma, number one. They come in and it's trauma, right? And so here they have a time to heal and just get some support as they get some restoration.
Kathy McGibbon should know. The program director of Kendleton Farms is also a survivor of sex trafficking, forced into it by her boyfriend, who she eventually discovered was a pimp.
I was forced to do and perform acts against my will. I was coerced and threatened daily, and so that's how I got into it. There's multiple avenues to get into, being trafficked.
She escaped that life, but says it took a long time for her to recover.
It just took me a little longer because I was kind of doing it on my own, but here women don't have to do it on their own.
And McGibbon is going places. Here she is in the White House last month as new legislation was signed by the president to make it harder for sex traffickers to operate online by making the websites they use accountable.
This will be like the community dining area, and then we'll have a breakfast area over there, and then back there we'll have a game room, and I want to put like a ping pong in here.
As they work on creating a place for survivors to heal, they say sex trafficking continues to be big business in Houston.
It's one of the top cities for sex trafficking. We get some of the most calls to the national hotline.
They just built this playground.
In all, Kendleton Farms is 84 acres out in the country, housing survivors trying to get over the trauma to start life anew.
There's so much potential out here.
For them and their children.
And they're making more room out there. They hope to be able to house as many as 40 survivors, get them help, counseling, and training. Now, how bad is this problem? It's estimated there are over 300,000 victims of human trafficking just here in Texas, Len and Mia.
Yeah, it's really tragic. There's another epidemic that we've been looking at.
It's a billion-dollar industry, sadly.
Oh, man, yeah. Well, there's money.
Glad they're there to help, though. Elijah Rising. Thanks so much, Ron.
That's great.
Coming up.